If you're new to the channel, my name's Dino, and with my partner Adam and our fur baby Twyla, we love travelling in our Ford Transit camper van, and on occasions taking out our Jimny to do a bit of tent camping or an Airbnb. If you enjoy free or paid camping, camping tips and tricks, camp cooking ideas, and exploring towns with a good old country bakery, you come to the right channel. If you like what you see, press the subscribe button and come with us as we travel around Australia, one town at a time. Now, let's get into this episode. On this week's episode, we've headed to Ararat. We're here at the G'day Caravan Park. We're staying in a cabin tonight, the next 2 nights, because our van is currently getting serviced. So we thought we'd still hit the road. It's going to be a really hot weekend. So we thought it would be great to have the aircon to be able to keep Twyla cool. It is a pet-friendly caravan park, which is always good. Anyway, let's go in and check the accommodation out. Okay, so before we bring our stuff into our pet-friendly cabin, I thought I'll show you around, and that way you can check it out. And if you don't have a van like us and you need to have a cabin, you might choose to come stay here. It looks pretty impressive. Now, Twyla's going to show us around. You going to show us around, Twyla? Right, let's start with the bed. So we've got looks like about a queen size bed, and they've gone and put a power socket over there. That's good, so we've got plenty of places to plug in our phones. TV up there, so you can watch TV in the bed. Fridge, kitchen, and little table here. And then they've got this like a separate room. It's actually quite large, and another TV, which is awesome, so you can watch it in the lounge. So this looks like it used to be bunks, but they've ripped the bunks out. And then we've got our shower, a little sink, mirror, and then behind is the toilet. There was a fan and an air conditioner. And then this, I just fold that down to see if it folds into a bed. It does. So there's another double little, or maybe a large single. Anyway, pretty good. I don't think we paid much for this, so I'm pretty impressed with this. And the fact that it's pet friendly, it's even better. Check how bright this sun is. Our windscreen is absolutely full of bugs from the way here. Adam's driving now. I drove here, but he's driving in. We're heading to... I've just put pub in. I don't know if we're going to the pub for dinner, but that's what I've got on there. And literally the town... So it's 4 minutes to the middle of town, by the looks of it, from the caravan park. We have got a car park in town, just outside the town hall. Now, we don't know where we're eating tonight. It's 8 o'clock. So normally in these types of places, pubs shut their food off at 8. So hopefully we can get somewhere. All right, so we're settling with Indian. There's nowhere where we can sit out the front and just eat a meal. Obviously the pubs, even if they did have seating, we didn't really investigate too much, but they're closed, 8 o'clock. Kitchen closes, but Indian is open. It's looking good. Chinese was closed. And yeah, so we've got a menu outside. There's no chairs, and look, every food place has one of these rails. Like, there should be seating out the front, but no seating for us dog people. All right, Adam, how's it looking?
Tandoori chicken.
Okay, tandoori chicken. Okay, so we ordered our food, but the only problem was it's a 45-minute wait. But we've got patience. We're okay. We just ran up to Woolies. Adam wanted to grab something healthy snack for later tonight. Healthy snack. His New Year's resolution was to not eat chocolate in our house, but he's allowed to have chocolate when we're away. But he didn't get chocolate. Okay, we're back at the cabin, and it is now 9:45. Yes, we're eating dinner at 9:45.
They were busy.
They were packed. They were really busy. So it ended up taking us an hour and 10 minutes. But I have a feeling, in their defense, because the Chinese was closed, I think they were closed for Chinese New Year, maybe, because the guy came out of there and they were closed, but the guy came out and said Happy New Year. So I thought maybe they had some sort of private celebration on. So I think they were the only main place doing proper meals. They were packed inside, and then also people were just coming in and out grabbing meals. So anyway, we're here now. We're going to eat. I'm starving, and but it looks like and smells like it's going to be good. So we ended up with vindaloo. We've got rice. We've got like a yogurt. I forget what they call that. It's basically a yogurt, a sweet yogurt. And then also a chicken dish, but I can't remember what that was called. Do you even remember, Adam?
We'll have to go back.
Twyla wants some. Look at her. Okay, we're all dished up. Let's have a taste of this and see how it goes. All right, Twyla's being a control freak with the TV. She's taking the remote control from us. What are you watching? Scooby-Doo? Anyway, we're going to head to bed. We've had dinner. It is now 12 o'clock. We want to get up in the morning because we'll go check out what we missed in this town last time we were here. So we're woken up this morning. We're all up, all showered. Twyla's toileted.
It's gonna be a warm,
Is that a word?
Warm day.
And we thought we'd go, because it's going to be a hot day, we thought we'd do the street walk first, get some breakfast, and then we've got a whole heap of different places we're going to go visit around town. We've written a list last night. We're never normally this organised. Let's see if this goes all right. Well, we're starting on a good note. There is a table out the front. We've got the menu here. The prices look pretty reasonable, and I think I'm going to go with the breakfast burger. That's always good value, I reckon. Right, Adam's gone plain toast. You've done that a few times on your trips.
Yeah, I thought try and be a little bit healthier.
Oh, this is the whole New Year's resolution thing.
Well, a little bit, where I can.
Yeah.
Within reason.
And then I've gone the breakfast burger. It looks good. It's got a bit of everything on it. And it's really comes out nice presentation on this little board. And of course we've got our coffees. But Twyla, she's had her treats, and she's got her water down here. We're using this because their bowl broke, so we're just using the bottom of a bottle. See, we're recycling, aren't we, Twyla? That was fantastic. I don't know if Adam can say it's fantastic when he just had toast, but toast is toast, I suppose. He maybe have the rest of his. But that was really delicious. I really enjoyed that. Now we're just going to do a bit of a street walk. There are quite a number of really nice older buildings here. If you look up, you'll be able to see them, like this at the bank. I don't know what that used to be, but it might have always been a bank. It was quite nice. I might go check out this shop. This looks interesting. But Adam's just gone down because next to it is this old building. Don't know what it used to be, but it looks like someone now lives in there. But how awesome does that look? I did find a sign, but it's a bit worn down, but it used to be stables, which makes sense because it's got this big archway here where the horses probably used to go into the stables. Oh, and look at this. They've made these gates, and they've got the old clippers for the sheep. So let Twyla in. You're allowed to be in here. You're allowed to come shopping. And they've actually got an original Peter's ice cream. Look at this. How awesome is that? Check this out. It's an old blender. Look how old this is. It even has its own book on how to use it.
This is the thermo mix of the...
Yes. Yeah. How cool is it? Found my favourite section. Look at this. The original Batman, I call this. I used to watch this every night after school and record every episode. The old video recorder. Do you remember those? Right, there was a toss-up between Batmobiles. There was a smaller one and a bigger one. We're trying to downsize at the moment. So, Adam's agreed that I can get the smaller one. I'll show it to you in a sec once I buy it. Now, if you like model cars, there are heaps of different model cars here. Look at them all. Alright, so here is what I purchased. The Batmobile in the Batcave. Look at this. You can see the Batcave there. How awesome is that? Right, now we found one of those shops we love. So we might head in there. But before we do, we're just going to look down this. Here has a bit of art on the wall. So today at lunch, we're going to be sitting outside and we didn't bring our shoe away. Second time we've been in the Jimny and not had our shoe away. So Adam's inside now, he's just got one. And I think what we're going to do is leave it in the Jimny permanently. So that way when we're away, we've always got it with us. Did you find it?
Yes, got it.
Is it an actual Shulway or is it another brand?
It's
Oh, this one's got lights or
it's
something.
another brand. No, it's just got the reflective.
Something a little bit different to the
Same
ones
thing.
we've got.
Yeah.
Probably one of the most beautiful buildings in town. Look at this, the Ararat Hotel, Art Deco, absolutely stunning. Okay, our next stop is the information centre, which also has a gallery. That's why we're here. We're going to check out the gallery. I don't think it's pet friendly, so I'm going to head in and check it out for myself. They do have a little dog bowl out the front for Twyla. You going to have a drink, Twyla?
No.
No? Okay, so this is the exhibition they got on at the moment. If you want to have a read, you can just pause it there and have a read of that. And this is some of the work on the walls. So it's actually made from wool and cotton, which is very interesting and gives a really nice different kind of effect. And you can see it changes as you walk past. It kind of changes the actual look. This one's probably my favourite. As I walked in, I thought it was only one space, but it's huge. So I'll keep walking around, and it looks like all these pieces of art are all textiles. Makes for very interesting art, and I think I found another piece I really like. Loving the colour in these ones. This one looks very interesting. So we both took it in turns. We both went in. What did you think of the gallery?
Actually, I thought there'd be more work, to be honest.
I was saying the opposite. I thought there would have been less.
Really?
Yeah, because sometimes they only have one little section. But anyway, I enjoyed it. And
I didn't say I didn't enjoy it.
No.
I just said that I thought that there's a lot of white walls.
A lot of white walls. And it was a free exhibition, which is always good. That's what I love about it, when these towns do these free exhibitions, so you can go in and check them out. But on the way out of the information office, I picked up this brochure, and I'll be heading there for a tour in the morning. Now, this, along with the jail in town, J Ward, I think it's called, which is in our episode when we were last here, and we even went out to the Lunatic Asylum last time, but we only walked around the edge. But I really wanted to go in, so I booked myself a tour by myself between 10, well, with other people, but Adam and Twyla won't be coming, between 10 and 12. So I'll be heading out there in the morning to show you that. But there is this you can pick up, and it has all the QR codes for all the different tours. And both places, the jail and the mental asylum, like I said, do night tours as well. So if you're into getting spooked,
This is a great idea. I think all towns should have this.
yeah, this makes the life easier, and it
sheet.
saves on brochures, doesn't it? Just arrived to our next spot. Now, there's a few things on this episode we'll be doing that are not pet friendly, and what Adam and I do in these cases is just take it in turns. Or sometimes Adam says, "Don't worry about me."
As if Dean can go and ask.
Oh, yeah. He'll go, "I'll watch it in the episode." But we might both do this one. So where will we arrive to?
So we're at the Gamsam Heritage Centre. Gamsam, which translates to literally Golden Mountain, is actually on the location which is called Golden Mountain back when the Chinese immigrants and the settlers came over to fossik for gold. So it tells their story of travelling through sea to get to Australia, and then once they've got to Australia by land to get to the Gold Rush region, and for the miners who were fossicking for gold back in the 1900s.
Let's head on in. Okay, so we've headed up high before we've actually even gone inside. You can come up here and look at the roof of the building. Absolutely spectacular. Look at that. Just check out the fine detail. Look at all the different animals they've got. And dragons all the way up here. Also, through the gap of the trees, you can actually see Hall's Gap from here. Another place, great place to visit. Well, it looks like Twyla's charm has done it again. She's managed to get herself in to come with us and have a look around the museum. And they even had a smacko for her. One of the first things we came across was this, and it's actually Ned Kelly as a young man, and saying that he might have been, there's a theory that he was inspired by the Chinese armour. And then you can see Ned's down here. We're going through the caves, and Twyla's coming through the cave as well.
Oh, I see. I'm a good height for this.
Yeah, you're a good height, not me. I've got to get through these little holes. All right, let's get out of here. All right, what have you come across, Adam?
Oh, it's the tea house.
A tea house. Oh, wouldn't mind a cup of tea right now, actually. Oh yeah, look at that. They've got a few different tea sets, and then look at this table. Isn't that pretty? And have a look at this serving tray. This is a serving tray on a whole nother level. Now this is great for adults and children and dogs. They've got this room set up where you can have a go at doing some writing with, is it with brushes, is it? Yeah. And ink. So Adam's going to try dog for Twyla. Let's see how he goes. Do you think he's going to do a good job, Twyla?
I think I need a different brush. See, it's really thick. Like, see, it's really thin.
Yeah.
I need a different brush.
All right, I'll try to find you one. All right, he's got his thinner brush now, so he reckons he knows what he's doing now. Let's see how he goes. There's a bit of a technique to it. Maybe I'll fasten it up and see how we go. All right, so there we go. Oh, you didn't do too bad of a job.
And in English, that probably sounds like diog or something like that.
Yeah,
it's not quite.
Yeah, it's not quite right.
It's not quite right.
It's probably D-A-G.
Or dag, yeah.
We're going to pan for gold. Look, you want to have a go?
Oh, you have a go. I did that, you did this.
All right, I'm going to pan and I'm trying to get some gold for us.
Probably not worth anything anyway.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I'm doing this properly, but we'll see how we go.
What you do is you fill it up.
Yeah.
Right, and you shake it.
Shake it.
So all the gold will fall to the bottom.
Ah, that's what to do. Yeah. I'm learning off the experts.
Oh, we're not experts, trust me.
Well, I gave it a go. No luck, no fortune. These guys did really well, but not me. These gold diggers, if you want to check out their YouTube channel, this is it here. So you can check these guys out, and they'll be doing a little bit of filming around here also. All right, and I'm loving this. Look up there, Adam. Look how shiny that is, the dragon head. And they've got all these smaller ones. Got some of the traditional clothing on the wall here. And some of the drums. Oh, I'd love to give this a bang, but I won't, because I'll get in trouble. This room divider, or what is it, like a modesty blind? Yeah, has a little shutter so you can open it up. For someone like me, I can look right over it. Someone like Adam might be all right. You could. When we first come in, they told us a little bit about the roof. The roof was donated from over in China, and they sent the tiles across. So they had to save the money and raise the money to bring the tiles across, but they did, and that is how they ended up with the beautiful roof upstairs. At the end of your tour, you can pick up a souvenir in their souvenir shop. Look at this. They've got so many awesome things here you can buy. Tea sets, and they've got orders. So yeah, definitely check out their shop on the way out. I absolutely loved that. Now, volunteers run this. It was really cheap to get in. I think it cost us $14 each or something. It was very interactive. They let us take in Twyla. Now, obviously, still ask there. You know, Twyla is a little dog. You can pick her up and things like that. So just do ask before you go stomping in there with your dog. But they was just so welcoming. Gave us heaps of information. There was things you could do in there, like we did. You know, the gold panning, which there was actually flakes of gold in there, so you can find yourself some gold. And you know, getting to do the riding like Adam did, just fantastic. And I'm so happy that we came back here. Like, we have been here, we've done an episode on Ararat, but everything we're pretty much doing in this episode is other things you can do. So go back and watch the other episode at the end of this. But I'm just really happy we came back to do this town again. And another thing I want to add is I'm definitely giving this place the King Dino thumbs up. Okay, so before we go for lunch, we thought we'd come down to the cemetery and see the old tombstones of the Chinese miners. So where we just were raised money for tombstones, is that what you call them? For all the miners, because they only had numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They knew where they had the records of where they all were, except for 3 of them. But they think that's because they were buried under trees or next to trees, and they can't find those ones. But yeah, so they've done them. We will go see the original one as well, because there was a couple of original ones that don't need them, that actually had names on them already. And then also I want to show you something about one of their traditions they do here in the cemetery. So they still do have numbers, but they actually have their names now on there, as you can see. This is the real deal. And as you can see, I can't read that, obviously, because I don't read Chinese writing. But that is one of the originals. So there you go. There are so many. Right next to all of these, you have this here. Now, it's not a pizza oven, with all due respects, that is. This is actually where they can come down. Now, the same place I've just been to actually got this made for people to be able to come down and use down here, because the Chinese believe that if you burn money or gold, it goes up to them in heaven. So they built this. So they burned fake money. They have sheets of gold. Did see they were selling it at the place we just were at. So you can buy it there. You can come here and you can burn it and send that up to your loved ones. Now, this is a pretty old cemetery, so if you want to come down and check out all the old tombs, headstones I should say, you can come down and check those out also. As we were heading back in town, we discovered the Mess and Barracks. This place looks fantastic. They've got seating out the front, which is perfect. And they have a specialised cocktail list, a really, really good wine list. And they do fantastic pizzas by the looks of it. And they've got this pizza menu also. Well, if only we had found this place last night. We could have been sitting at the front eating. We were looking for a place just like this. But anyway, it just means we get to eat here today. Now, I just met the manager here, and he said he'll take me in to show their futuristic pizza oven. It is amazing. So we'll go in now, and I'll show you that. This thing costs the price of a Porsche, and you can see here I've never seen a pizza oven like this. So they can elevate inside to be able to cook the pizzas in like a minute. It's about a minute and 30, and you can see that flame out the back. Now that will turn off when it hits the right temperature, and then it just heats back up again. And then also it can come down, and then if they're not so busy, they'll just cook the pizzas like that. But this is insane. I've never seen a piece of equipment like it. These look fantastic. What did you end up getting, Adam?
So good. I think it's a summer strawberry daiquiri.
Summer strawberry
daiquiri. It was at the bottom on the first page.
Okay, and I think I got a mojito, but I forget. But I think it's a mojito. It's got rum in it, but it looks so good. Now that is the summer in a glass. Oh, that looks good.
Amazing.
Here's yours.
Thank you.
Wow. I think they called it the Spitfire. Jalapenos. There's different types of pepperoni. And yeah, jalapenos, pepperoni, cheese. Looks so good. Such my type of pizza. And then Adam got...
Mozzarella, gorgonzola, parmesan. Looks good.
Looks great. Guys, we're giving this place the second thumbs up for this visit. This place was fantastic. The food, the drinks, we're even taking our leftovers home in a pizza box. Definitely recommend this place. Come down, meet the guys, fantastic service. I've just dropped off Adam and Twyla back at the caravan park. Twyla is really hot. It's a 30+ day today. So we just want to get her cooled down. You've really got to take care of your pooch on days like this. I've headed to the museum here, but unfortunately it says it's open till 4. It's not open, and we went past it earlier. It wasn't open. It said it was open between certain times. There is a number you can ring. They say they can open it for you. I'm not going to do that. It's just me by myself, so I don't want to make them go to the effort of coming all the way down here. But just know it is here, and hopefully when you are here, you can check this out. It's another thing you can see in town. But before we go back to Adam and Twyla, I want to show you a couple more things around town, a couple of buildings, and also head up to the lookout. This is the first building I want to show you. It's an old theatre, and it still is a theatre. Come here and watch all your latest movies. So if you're in town, you don't have a dog, you can come here and get out of the heat and watch a movie. Definitely been a bit of a theme of Art Deco buildings in this town. Now that I've shown you all those buildings, we're about to head up to the lookout, like I said. But before we do that, I thought I'd just mention J Ward, which is the prison here, that you can go do a full tour. Now, we did this last time we were here. Again, the episode will be at the end of this one if you want to check it out. It's a pretty cool prison to come check out. Made it to One Tree Lookout. It's pretty impressive. I'm filming in here first because it is windy out there, really windy. But on one side, pretty much you got Hall's Gap on one side, and then on the other side, which you can't really see from here in the moment, but I'll get out in a sec, you've got the town. So you can look over the town. All right, let's get out and have a look at this view. Such beautiful views up here, and even on a clearer day, it'd be even more spectacular. All coming up here for a sunset or a sunrise to get a bit of view of the town. Well, it's getting late. Let's head back to Adam and Twyla. Okay, it has cooled down a lot now in the cabin. We got back and it was so hot, but with the aircon on, we're cooled down, and I am about to whip up dinner. I feel like it's been a hot minute since I've cooked anything on our channel, so I'm really looking forward to this. I've done a dish kind of similar to this a little while ago, or maybe a couple of years ago, but this recipe's a tad different, not so lemony, I'll say that. So let me show you the ingredients I'll be using tonight. I'll show you measurements as I put it together, but I'm using chicken thigh cutlets tonight. You can use drumsticks if you want, but these are obviously higher in fat content, so they're going to taste even better. Talk about fat, butter. A little bit of butter and stock. Now, I've got this here, but I need 2.5 cups, so I brought just an extra little bit along just to add a little bit more. Mustard powder, garlic. Now, you can use fresh garlic if you want, but because we're on the road, it's just easier. lemon, 1 fresh lemon if you can, and we've got onion powder, smoked paprika, just some oil, salt, pepper, and rice. Also, this is a 1-pot meal, so awesome for camping. Let's get cooking. So I'm going to turn this on now. Heat up your pan, throw some oil in, get that nice and hot. Once that is at a good temperature, then you want to throw in your butter. So we've got a bit of butter here. So we're using, I couldn't even tell you about that. And then throw that in and let that melt down. Whilst that is melting down, I'm going to salt and pepper my chicken. I'm just doing the tops of it on the skin. Give it a bit of pepper, a bit of salt. Now that's all melted down, we're going to throw our chicken in. We're going to be throwing it in skin down. So you're going to put it skin down. Now the whole idea is to leave it for 10 minutes. We're going to put the lid on in a sec. And we're going to get it nice and crispy. So now we've got them all in there. Perfect. Now to throw the lid on. I've left that for 10 minutes with the lid on. Now we're going to spin them over. And we want them to look like this. See, it's nice and brown. You could even go probably a little bit longer if you wanted to really crisp them up even more. But I'm pretty happy with that. Now I've left them for another 5 minutes upright. Now we're going to take them off. And we're going to turn down the heat a little bit. Because we're going to start adding our other bits and pieces to all that goodness inside the pan. I'm really happy with the way these turned out. Alright, so first into the pan on a lower heat now, just while we're adding this. We're going to put 1 teaspoon of garlic, 1 teaspoon of mustard powder, 1 teaspoon of onion powder, and then 1 teaspoon of paprika, smoked paprika that is. Give that a really good mix around. Then I'm going to add in 1 cup of rice. So just pour that in and then give that a good mix around, cover all that rice, and then we'll be putting in our stock. So I'm pouring in 2 litres, and then I'll just add another half a cup of water. Then I'm also going to chuck in half a stock cube just for that half a cup of water that we put in. I feel like it needs that bit more water, so I'm going to put about another cup of water in as well to help that rice cook. I'm going to turn that back up again now. Then we'll pop the lid on, let that heat right back up again. Then once it has, then we're going to return the chickens. Just make sure you give it a good mix around before you do that. Then grab your chicken and start putting it in. So we'll pop it around. Now you want the skin side up, so we want to try to do our best to keep that nice and crispy. Now if there's any juices on the plate, make sure you pour them in. You want that extra bit of flavour. And pop your lid on, and we're just going to let that sit for a little bit. Now do keep coming back to it and giving it a bit of stir in between the chicken. You just want to make sure that it's not sticking to the bottom of the pan. Okay, Adam has fallen to sleep. You probably hear him snoring in the background. I've poured myself a cheeky wine, and all that's left to do is to finish off cooking this, and I'll wake him up and dinner will be ready. This was a brand new packet, and I was wondering why there was a paper clip on it. Hello, Adam's so organised. He bought the paper clip because when I cut it open, now I can shut it. But a good tip when you're on the road, having some paper clips so you can do that so your herbs aren't going anywhere if you don't have a container for them at the time. So we are done. This dish is ready. Time to get Adam and Twyla up. The one thing's missing, lemon. So I'm just going to give a lemon a squeeze over the whole thing. And then you can give a slice of lemon to anyone you serve this to, and they can add more if they want to. I think I've just put a pip there, so I better get that out. But this is going to be beautiful. Alright, so I've dished up. I've given Adam a little bit of lemon if he wants extra lemon. But otherwise, that is it. So let's see what he thinks. We've got a see-through table, so you can see Twyla's reaction to the food. Look at this. We don't often get to see this.
What's that?
Twyla, your plate, her begging. Well, we do see this, but normally I have to go like this. We can see her through the glass table.
She's been a good girl.
She's gonna have some chicken.
Chicken.
And whilst you're doing that, oh, there you go, she's had hers. What do you think, Adam? What's the verdict?
It's really nice, thank you.
Do I get a King Dino's thumbs up or not? I don't get a King Dino's thumbs up.
You put salt in it?
No. Well, yes. But I only put a little bit of salt on the chicken with some pepper.
Oh, okay. Because of rice. Oh, a bit of stock.
The viewers know you'll sleep the whole time while this was being cooked.
I was having a nap.
They could hear you snoring in the background.
Oh my gosh. Was I really?
Always. And Twyla was too. But anyway, you like it. Good. I'm glad. All right, my turn to eat. Good morning. I thought I'd start the day off by giving you a tour of where we've actually been staying. So we've been staying at the G'day Ararat Park. It's pet friendly and it even has a heated pool. Anyway, let me take you around and show you what they got here. So these are the cabins that we were staying in, the pet friendly ones. And then you've got the powered sites. These are the smaller powered sites. Then you've got larger power sites that you can just drive through, I think. The camp kitchen, which has got everything you would normally have in a camp kitchen. And a bit of room just to hang out with a TV. Now they do have a dump point. And these are the toilets. And this is where you'll find the laundry as well. Different sized cabins. Then you've got this outdoor volleyball court. Kids playground. You've got the swimming pool. So it's got pretty much everything you need for a good stay. They even have some ensuite sites, and then this is their larger cabin. Well, there you go. Hope you liked the park. And now I have to go wake up Adam and Twyla because we've got another big day ahead. I am now being dropped off at the asylum, and I'll be doing the tour with a few people. There'll be 20 people. I don't know if we're allowed to film, so I'm just going to film this little bit now. And if I can't film, I'll just take some photos and take you through some of the stuff that we'll be learning about today at the asylum. Twyla and Adam have gone down to the local park to hang out for the 2 hours that I'll be here doing the tour. So let's go in and check it out. Ararat Lunatic Asylum, where do I start? So this tour starts outside. Here we are in front of where the nurses used to stay and the head nurses. This is a picture from way back when. These were built later on down the track where they had an open door policy so the insane could stay here. This is them, and leave and come as they go. There was quite a few funny stories about them. Then they had other rooms like these ones where they actually had an open roof in the middle, and then people had rooms all around the side. This one's been let go. We couldn't go inside because it is run down and pretty unsafe. Over here, they've got the exercise yard. Now, look at these walls. That looks like something from Jurassic Park. Then we were told about them having tunnels underground where they used to put wine barrels because they used to make wine here also. Now, this is the very first building we get to walk into. This was where the nurses used to stay, so we're just out the front of this one before. Now we're coming through the back to go inside. Had a very eerie feeling. Some of the rooms were so tiny, and this is where these nurses would have been sleeping, so they didn't have much room. But then they did have like a bigger rec room where they would probably all play cards or whatever they did back in those days for leisure. The kitchen was a bit of a fright. If you look at the old oven, looks like it needs a bit of a clean. And also you can see some of the old bathrooms that now look quite eerie. So now we're back outside. That over there is the men's side, and then in the middle was a bit of a hospital. Any surgeries were done back in Melbourne at Kew Cottages, but here they could take care of patients. I'll take you in and show you some of the rooms. They had these big, thick doors to keep the patients in if they're a little bit crazy. In here you can see they've got the large covers over the windows to keep them in. And these are the thick doors that I was talking about. And then I'll take you into the bathroom, which was, I reckon, the creepiest part of the whole joint. Look at this. There was this one big open shower. Looks a bit worse for wear these days. Then we went back outside, checked out their pool. So this would have been back in the day, and this is how it looks now. This is the part I'm probably looking forward to the most, going into the wards of the mental asylum. This is the ladies' side. They did put some wallpaper up, bright coloured wallpaper in parts of the rooms just to lighten it up and try to make it a more happier place. But I don't know if that quite works. It still looked very eerie. They all had their own rooms. This is one of the rooms. Doesn't look too good. They told us plenty of stories about people who came along to live in the asylum. One family had 3 family members stay here and they all passed away in the asylum. Then we headed into the industrial kitchen. This place was huge. The first room we went into, our tour guide told us about a story of his daughter taking a photo in this corner, and she had a silhouette of a man in a jacket, which was quite spooky, who wasn't actually there at the time, but was in the photo. This is the old chopping block that's still here. This is where they used to have animals on the property that would get slaughtered, brought in here to be cooked. How they cooked all their food was with the power of steam, and because they cooked them in these big pots, steam would rise, so they had holes in them to take the steam away. These pots were huge. Imagine having all veggies in here or doing a big soup. So to be able to move it, they'd crank the wheel, it would tip it over, and they could get the content out. Or if they're washing it out, the dirty water, it would go straight into the drain and you're done. The kitchen led on to this grand hall. Look at this place. This was absolutely stunning. And then around on this side, they used to have a platform where bands would play music to everyone as they would eat their food. We got to walk to the front of the asylum. This is when we learnt about the phrase driving someone around the bend. The tour guide said they've got the roundabout at the front, so when you're dropping someone off, you would drive them around the bend to drop them off to the asylum. And supposedly that's where the saying comes from. I did not know that. Then we got to go into the men's side, but this is where they do the ghost tours. So if you're going on a ghost tour, you will come through here. They do have a few little extra exciting props. We did get to go walk between the buildings. I was a little bit anxious about this because it was a bridge that you could walk through that linked the buildings. But before we did that, we actually got to see this beautiful stained glass window in one of the front rooms. And then this is the walkway that I was a bit concerned that it might fall down when we walk over it. But no, it was fine. And it's stood up this long, so I'm sure it'll keep standing for quite a bit longer. There definitely wasn't much privacy when it came to showers and toilets in these facilities. Some of these rooms are so scary. Look at this place. So what you're seeing here are some of the men's rooms. They line the whole hallway, and then they've got the nurses station just out the front there. The last part of the tour was going to the morgue. Now, you didn't have to go to the morgue if you didn't want to, but I thought I've definitely got to check this out. If there's going to be a spirit around here, I'm sure it's going to be in this space. And it was quite confronting. The tour is fantastic. If you want to do the night tour, make sure you book in advance. I wanted to do that, but they had sold out. They have plenty of tours during the day, so you should be right to book on the day if worse comes to worse. Let's now go see what Adam and Twyla have been up to. I'm now back with Adam and Twyla. They've been hanging out, and I thought they were heading to the park. They didn't. Adam just did some work. Didn't you? Bit of editing. So we've come down to one of the local fish and chip shops, and we're going to grab some fish and head to one of the, well, probably the biggest park. Alexandra Gardens is beautiful. We've been there before. Absolutely stunning. It's got a little lake there you can walk around, and it's not far from the prison, so you can walk up to there if you want to do the tour. All right, well, we'll grab our chips and head to the park. We ended up with the best picnic table in the park. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Twyla's happy, and we've got the shore away to help us with the flies. And we got one of these packs that had a bit of flake and potato cakes and dim sims. Now it's time to take Twyla for a little bit of a walk before heading home. Plus, Adam spotted the kiosks, and now he wants to get an ice cream, so we'll head over that way. There is a massive playground for kids here. There's a Chinese bridge that all links in with the museum that we went to. If you cross the bridge, it'll take you across to a little garden. And then also on that side is the local swimming pool, which is awesome. It's got a slide and it's massive. This is the kiosk, and they do have plenty of seating outside under cover and under the trees, or if you want to sit in the sun, it's a really nice spot. But Adam's coming back now with our ice creams. I'm looking forward to this. So we might have to have these on the way home. Okay, before we head off today, we thought we would bring you to Green Hill Lake. We camped here quite a while ago. That is the episode that we're putting up at the end of this episode. If you want to check it out when we stayed here, it is a free camping spot. It's 5 minutes drive out of town. We definitely would have done it if we had our van, but because it's getting serviced, obviously, we didn't have our van to come here. There are toilets and showers here. I think you just got to pay for them. We didn't even use them last time we were here. We only stayed the one night. Great little spot. There are people swimming out there in the water. You can kayak here as well, but it's just a nice little spot. It is a barbecue area which you can't camp at, and there is kids play equipment, and there is quite a few different spots you can camp around the lake.